All right, everyone. Welcome back to A Programmer Plays Hoa. I assume it's pronounced Hoa. We haven't heard any of these creatures say it, so. Yeah. So far, this game's been lovely. Maybe a little realistic, but, still having a good time. The music's very pretty. The art is very pretty. The vibes are nice. So, yeah. New map. Okay, we got some sort of triclops there in the middle, and some stuff spread out. So, yeah, we'll make our way down. That's interesting right there. We can open the map and then pause, or we can pause but not open the map. So, different overlays. It's a pretty bold move to let us just completely lose sight of the player like this. Like, I guess that's one of the benefits of having a non-combat game. You can just let the player be completely off screen like this, and it's fine. That said, this is not the way to go. Interesting. Underwater time. You have slightly different jump stuff going on. Okay, you just learned that you can fly once, and then you're done skiing. So fly with intent. Is this something? See, come on, this feels like a secret right there. That feels 100% like a secret. Interesting to get a fly ability and then go straight into an underwater section. That boy. Underwater vents. Crab. Right? This game is adorable. Bye, crab. Appreciate you. Okay, I see. Now I see why we needed the crab. Oh, darkness. Good thing this game has conditioned me to just trust that the environment is harmless, because I am going for it. Eat. Will admit to being mildly bewildered as to what these things are. Okay, we've gone the wrong way. Yes, okay. Okay, we've come the way again. Okay, again, I can speak. I appreciate that the little... I'm not sure how well this will show up over video compression. Our footsteps leave a tiny little particle behind. And you can sort of use it to trace out the shape of the world in here, which is a nice touch. Yeah, it's a super nice little detail. Probably only relevant in that room specifically. Hello, crab. Hello, Triclops. You're still sleepy, right? Yeah. Alright, let's oh, come on, crab. This way. I do enjoy the little inversion that they're doing there where the vent's up, meaning that you can't get down enough since, you know, usually in these games gravity is the thing that you're fighting against, and here they sort of flip it around. You know, look at this. A pretty room, alright. Oh yeah, I couldn't press the I can't map while I'm in midair. That explains what I was confused about before with the responsivity of the map button. Once we're standing on something, we'll be able to check our map. Thank you, Lax. Appreciate you. I'm assuming that getting out of this place is going to be substantially harder getting into it than. Oh, okay. Go this way to start. Again, the sort of difficult to tell foreground from mid-ground, like right there. I thought that I could jump on that big jelly, and the answer was no. Running through. Again with the boy, that the music just like stops pretty abruptly get into these special spots. Hello. All right. 1 of 3 down. And it looks like there might be a shortcut out of here, which I'm glad to see. It'll save me time, but also it does mean that I need to do a little bit of backtracking here, find this butterfly. Otherwise, we gotta do the whole thing again. I don't want to do that. I was actually thinking in the previous area, about how, okay, yeah, see this thing's in the mid-ground. Can't go through it. Yeah, there's the butterfly, we just saw it. Yeah, I really should have done butterfly first and then that thingy. That's okay. Mistakes were made. Still be made. Probably the fly's more of a glide. I'm a-okay with. When Metroidvanias give you flies, it is usually quite limited. Otherwise, it breaks things. It's very surprising to me in Monster Boy how you got a flight that was like pretty legit. Like, you know, you actually can fly. And I observed in myself, like, well, now that I've got a form that can fly, that's what I'm mostly going to stick with, that form. A platforming game, to use anything else seems crazy. Okay, so pops us out here, which I think is pretty near the top. Yeah, very near the top. Oh! Not entirely sure what disrupted him just there. Alright, cool. And I appreciate that what they're doing right there, where we've now like used the crabs to block up vents a couple of times, but we're going to need to get him off of that, undo the locking that we just did, in order get to the third area. Let's actually be a little smarter this time. I need butterflies. I'm betting. Okay. One. I think I'm gonna have to round. Yeah, probably. It was probably a right pain in the butt to get right. You really don't want to have a spot where like you can't see anything. There needs to be at least one kind of on screen all the time. But at the same time, if you've got too many, then you get confused and turned around and have a bad time anyways, so like right there, that was pretty artfully done to have just deep enough that like you have to like make a leap of faith. but not so much that like players are gonna not do it. We have gotten the night vision achievement, successfully navigated the dark something. Right, 2 down. I'm hoping, yeah, that's a little sneaky of them to be like, solid wall. You'll be fine. Confirm, yeah. Last 2 are in the next room. So, let's move this crab over. Alright, buddy, the daytime is over for now. Get up here. Jumping on fish. We're jumping in that. Finding Nemo taught me anything. It's that is not covered in deadly neurotoxin. Right? Hey. That one was easy. I wonder if they intended players to do that one first. That doesn't super make sense though, because had to have done the crab to get to here at least once. Could be that they're just like, eh, they get a freebie after this. It's interesting playing this and looking at the art, because in my head, I'm like, Ghibli eyes don't look like that. They don't have that, like, really, like, big, like, Senshi kind of look. But, yeah, they do. They absolutely do. There's characters all over Ghibli with exactly that style of eye. Less so this style, I think. But I think that the human characters, you pay so much attention to their eyes that you forget about a lot of the others. Like, Totoro's eyes are not human-like. They're more like this, though. How many years has it been since I sent you away on that leaf boat? I know you're looking for him, but that place is very hostile. If you're that determined, get me 5 butterflies. Can't teach you anything, but I can open a path for you. Okay, we're abilitied out. Come out, my children. Get to their nest, to that broken pipe up there. Children will help you get to it. Be careful up there, my dear. Alright, so this game, I effed up. This game is kind of a cozy game, I think, in that thus far, there's been no, like, fail condition. Nothing has hurt us. Some of those little robot guys have kicked us, but they haven't like hurt us. Which does mean that this game's fairly limited in its ability to give us like rewards and upgrades and, you know, stuff like that. Either it's giving us new abilities or nothing. There's not been any collectibles thus far. I'm a little surprised not to be finding collectible. Like this game, prime opportunity for concept art and stuff like that. They could do figments, kind of like Psychonauts or something. Oh, that's a one-way. Another robot. One-way platform. I didn't think this game would have those. But what I was getting at, completing an area, that guy didn't give us anything other than the way out. Okay, this looks right. Which meant that they couldn't give us like a hard upgrade or something like that, the way that Zelda games would. So I'm really distracted by, so like the ground here is there's parallax of it. So if we look at this line here and the line here, like we can tell that there's depth, right? Which I think is mostly faked, actually. I'm not sure that it's... Yeah. So it's a bunch of layers really close together with a black outline on front, or, you know, foreground kind of layer. So that's a slightly odd artistic decision. But the more odd artistic decision, in my opinion, is this very flat background that's very close to us. Like we can see this, you know, machine here behind us that feels very JPEG-y because it is so close to where we are standing. Sense of depth is kind of weird in this area. Kind of wonder if this area, at least this part of the map, was maybe like one of the last to get done, or possibly one of the earliest to get done and then never got like a fresh pass. Oh, I bet that, because this definitely feels like the least cooked, if that makes sense. Say, yeah, okay. Levers. Okay, so we had a time limit there. Got a little bit stuck. Alright. The fact that we missed it again makes me wonder. Aha. That's interesting that we had to like essentially like kite that enemy into that lever in order to be able to do the thing. All right, so now here, like the background is further in the background, and it feels less artificial. Also, robot. Ooh, yellow eyes. Okay. You are that little fairy. You should not be here. It is not safe. Release me? Okay, first, we need to activate the control box you are standing on. Go fire up the oven. You can reach it through that door over there. Mild distrust here? How flammable are we feeling? Don't worry, we are only workers. We won't hurt you. My job is to carry the coals, but where are the coals? Are they up on that thingy? This looks very pressable. I think I need to do that many times? Surely not. Okay, so we needed to scare that guy into going in there. Mash my back 4 times and everything will start up. But only if there's fire in the oven first. Alright. Pretty straightforward. Good use of the rust falling off effect there. See how, like, rust came off of the arms and everything? Out to you again. That's interesting. Also interesting, look at how, like, this gear right here is, like, totally 3D. There's no, like, hand-drawn-ness to it. It just is 3D. I assume that's because it span earlier, and I didn't see it. I was too distracted by other stuff. You really did it. These buttons will let you control my chains. Use my arms to get those towers. Solving the slots puzzle on the 2nd floor will unlock one of the chains. But before that, you need to go to the 3rd floor. Jump on the lever there first. Turn on the power on the slot machine. Okay. Let me also, while we're traversing, just note how, like, good the music is here. Like, this is a very different mood than the previous areas. Alright, that is a fun little bit of cozy gaming. You're not getting hurt, you're just getting booted right back. Oop. That is kind of strict with the hitbox, goodness. appreciate the checkpoint that they have effectively given us. Okay. Oh, okay. Up. I thought that was gonna fire off sooner. If this game had like collectibles, I'd be like poking around in that top left corner looking for secrets, but not that kind of game. Ooh, we're up here now. Hey, there we go. Is it a slot machine? Because I saw the robot head there. Yeah, right there. Ah. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Hey, we did it. Codebreaker. Alright, buddy. Hate to do this to you, but I am gonna have to raise your arm back up, I think. Kind of expected this pipe in the foreground to be something I could stand on, and it just wasn't. It's a little bit of in this area, music kind of reminds me of Westworld, which I'm surprised by. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the Westworld soundtrack. I'm just surprised to be hearing notes of that. Things move enough, especially out towards the edges, that it's enough to like affect it. Oh, I thought we like missed completely. We're gonna have to redo it, and I was like, "No, you idiot!" Oh, interesting. Okay. So to get this needs to be ahead of the other two. You know, honestly, kind of got that by accident, but better to be lucky than good. Thank you. Back then, I made it just in time to save you. We're surrounded, but luckily the ladybug came and I entrusted you to her. Tried to hold back the other robots, but was eventually defeated and locked up here. What we did here was unforgivable. I just wanted to... Uh-oh. Run. Eye color change. I'm not controlling right here for clarity. New map unlocked. Press Y to open or close map. I really call this a map? This is a square. I mean, a rectangle, but you get what I'm saying. Okay. That was a big miss for me. That was a huge miss for me. The fact that that game was like, hey, here's a chase sequence. Here's a whole, like, what clearly was like a level using assets from the rest of the game. And you don't get to play it. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna watch the game play itself. And I get that, like, they probably intended it to be playable and ran into problems with, like, players, like, not anticipating the jumps correctly and trying to, like, time things up with the music and whatever. But, like, these are solvable technical problems. And the solution of, well, we'll just script it out and you'll just sit there and watch this chase happen for however long that was. I don't know, a couple minutes it felt like. That's a pretty big miss for me, especially since it like felt like a climactic thing, and they're like I don't even like it when like you play a boss fight in a game and like the final punch of it is in a cutscene, because then I'm like, I didn't do it. I just like did things up for it, and in that same way, for this one, I didn't play that chase. I wasn't invested in it because I was just sitting here going, it would be cool to be the one making these jumps. So now we're in limbo, buddy. In this dreamlike land, things work differently. Okay. Oh. Look at our reflection. Hey, big guy. Okay. Okay, I think I see it. That's fun. Alright, so I can't push that. Aha. And now, can I push? Yes. Okay, so jump, jump. That's cute. That's fun. Uh-oh. Yeah. Quit at myself for missing there. Okay, that's not the way. Oh, that's interesting. Look at my character as I like intersect this tree branch. The the branch is not like semi-transparent. It's got actual like white pixels that I can get behind. Interesting. I wonder why. I wonder if I might not have transparent pixels at all, but rather we're looking at a geometry edge. That seems fairly plausible. This is tricky. The controls are backwards from what I am doing screen-wise. Right now I am pushing pushing left to go right, and right to go left. I'm a little surprised that this made it into the final game, because I'm sure that for some people this is like the worst. It is kind of also funny to me. I'm mostly certain that this is just exactly the same maze that I did earlier. Maybe not, but since it's in the context of being completely upside down, I can't honestly tell. Ladybug. Dead? Because it sure feels like this is low. No? Twisting your head definitely does help. Up to a point, I guess. I'm curious. I wonder. I should have been checking the map the whole time. I'm kicking myself now about not doing that. All right, so talking about those white borders, looking at the foreground here, and the here, given these curvy edges here, I'm thinking the textures are semi-transparent. Especially, you can see a little bit of artifacting right here. Right here. That was how they chose to produce the assets. Like, draw it in black with a white outline, and then that's it. Oh, oh no! Double invert. Now we've got underwater rules. Again, I'm hitting left on the controller in order to go right. A somewhat unfortunate aspect of the way that the controls for this game work out. There's not a way to like feather your glide. You're either gliding slightly upwards, or you've used up your glide and you're Junsky. Like you can't like, oh, you know, pull back on the throttle a little bit, feather it in. No, it's all or nothing. That, I was talking earlier about spots where it didn't give you any visual feedback. That was a pretty like intense one of just having like just the bubbles on here. That's not a lot to go off of. Just enough, but it's not much. Let's check our map again. Oh, interesting. We're very low. Kind of wonder if they're pulling some shenanigans with the map. I would not be surprised if they are. I probably will be. Texturing up here feels strange. We've gone from cave to like fur almost. Hello, my sleepy friend. These having the dark circle eye outlines kind of changes the vibe for them. These are a lot more Nightmare Before Christmas-y. These style of eyes. I'm guessing. Probably could have just double jumped to that, but and now the map switched again. We've successfully navigated through the reversed control section. Ooh. Now the camera is doing this nonsense again. Really kind of stretching my like hand-eye, really want to say coordination, but like abstraction, I guess. I think we're gonna go for a full like loop here. Yeah. Wild. This has almost got a little bit of a hue look. Very recently played on the channel. No. I'd say very recently, but that was. Go. Time flies. I'm assuming I don't need that guy. Hey. You notice the like jolt? Got it right there. The camera like locking back in its like proper direction. Oh, interesting. Because this guy is truly 3D, we probably had to do some wonky shader stuff in order to make this work this way. And you can really see how the shader is struggling on the detail of the flower. Home. Finish the game. Emotional whiplash. Wow. That's a heck of a painting. That was good. That was very short. 2 hours. Also, I assume that the leaf robot or the flower robot that had a flower in the flashback cutscenes, for visual continuity. I, there's a way that you could kind of willfully misinterpret it as like a time loop or something. I don't think that's what they're saying. There's definitely some room there at the end to like sort of apply your own interpretation of like did Hoa, or whatever the sprite's name is, I'm assuming it's Hoa, did they die at the end? I'm going to choose to interpret that as like a near-death experience. I could definitely see someone make the argument for, oh, it's a time loop, or oh, they like fully died there at the end. I don't know. I think the most optimistic reading of it is Hoa was rescued as a child, got out, years later comes back, manages to make the way to the robot, set them free. The robot fights against his programming, doesn't like quite succeed, but after a near-death experience, Hoa manages to like get them back and themselves recovers, and we get this scene. But yeah, what a beautiful game. I really hate that the like action climax of the game, the bit where we're being chased by the robot while it's like freaking out, I really hate that bit was totally scripted and I didn't play it, because it really like it really took some of the punch of the game out. This is kind of like the thing with video games, right? Like, put so much work into stuff, but small mistakes can really undo a lot of your work. So like, as an example, we've got this great music playing, and you're like jumping around the environments and they're lovely, and you get to like the spots where we like light things up and whatever, and the way that the music it like shrunk, killed volume wise, really like broke the mood. You know, it shattered the illusion. And video games are so susceptible to that. It's so easy to accidentally break video games. Yeah, fun. I didn't have any like. There's no bugs. But, like, as far as I could tell, like, everything worked pretty much exactly as intended. You know, a little. The swinging mechanics felt a little clunky. There's definitely some jumps that like I probably shouldn't have been allowed to make, where I was like sorta on something. But in general, the game worked. It did exactly what it meant to do, and it was beautiful the whole way through. I personally wish there'd been like little secrets to find. I find it weird that there weren't, because this game's just begging for little like, oh, you found a page and the page is concept art, or backgrounds or whatever. Because boy, most of this game you could just take a screenshot and be like, bam, background. Yeah, 8 chapters. It's interesting. I appreciate this game was probably relatively easy to localize because there's so little text. Some of the English did feel a little clunky. I mentioned when I was playing, like the whole 5 butterflies thing felt a little weird. It's also interesting that like those first like, I don't think we did it in the very first chapter, but the next 5 chapters were very like do the butterflies, and then the factory bit, just like the factory, and then the last one obviously didn't have any objective other than get through it. The game was very linear. I do think this really gets into like my personal tastes. I think that if there had been like a little hub area, that you were getting areas so that you could go from this area, now get to this area, back to the hub, and now you can get to this area, back to the hub, and now you can get to this area. I think that, for me personally, that would work better. I get that it's not that kind of game. This is not really a Metroidvania, this is a puzzle platformer. Pretty light on the puzzle, mostly just platformer. I like collecting things, I like finding secrets, I like piecing together, navigating stuff. Not what this game was. So I really shouldn't complain about that. But yeah, good stuff. I liked that. That was fun. Fun, very pretty. I'll probably be putting this like soundtrack into my work music rotation. So yeah, Hoa. Good stuff. I'm glad that I found it in my library and decided to give it a shot. Nice little one-off, or in your case, YouTube off. So, yeah, I don't really feel like this game it's like the normal like video game analysis rubric stuff. I think we can just leave it here. As always, thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you being here, and I will see you in the next series. Bye.